Hey, look, it's part two. My video shut off on me again. Apologize. Technical difficulties there. We were getting ready to discuss the Rogers Dodgers Great Lake Loons. The Great Lake Loons, they have 14 wins and 29 losses. And they are on the road this week traveling to and playing against the Lake County Captains, who have 20 wins and 25 losses. This is a Friday night game at 6:30. This is still minor league baseball. Rogers Dodgers aren't doing spectacular, and his Great Lake Loons aren't doing so hot either. But because it's still Rogers teams, I'm going to go with the Great Lake Loons for the win. Next up, more minor league baseball action for you guys. We have the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. They have 20 wins and 24 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Lansing Lugnuts. They have 29 wins and 16 losses. This is a Friday night game. 7:05 is when the game takes off. I'm going to go with the Lansing Lugnuts for the win. Your last minor league baseball game of the week. We have another one of Rogers' favorite teams. We have the where is it? Where's the logo? The Evansville Otters, not Rogers' favorite team. They have 6 wins and 4 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Traverse City Beach Bums. They have 4 wins and 5 losses. This is a Friday night game, 7 p.m. starting time. I've got the gear. I've got to go with the Traverse City Beach Bums. We got some Major League Baseball action here for you guys. The White Sox. They currently have 14 wins, 31 losses on the season. And they are traveling to and playing against our mighty Detroit Tigers. They have 20 wins, 28 losses. This game is at 7 p.m. You can also watch it on FSD, Fox Sports Detroit. 20 and 28, I believe. I did say that. 20 wins, 28 losses. They haven't been playing the best lately, but hey, you never know what you're going to get out of this Tigers team. They're calling up a bunch of young guys, and they're headed in the right direction. You either love them or you hate them. I still love them. Going with the Detroit Tigers. Next up, we have the Toronto Blue Jays. They have 23 wins and 25 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Philadelphia Phillies. 27 wins and 19 losses. This is a Friday night game, 7:05. I could not find anywhere where they were, where this was on television. Just Phillies is one of the teams I like because my grandma used to live down there in Philly, so, and my great aunt Millie. I've got the Philadelphia Phillies. Is this your final? Let's see here. Nope, we got a couple baseball games left yet. This game we have the Arizona Diamondbacks. They have 25 wins and 23 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Oakland A's, who have 25 wins and 23 losses. This is a Friday night game. 9:35 p.m. is the start time for this game. Again, for these games, you can get the Major League Baseball app on your tablet, smartphone, device, wherever you like to watch, listen to games. They have an app on there. It's similar to the minor league app. The only difference is you have to pay $3 a month to get their radio programming, and I'm not sure if you can get their TV programming on there. You might be able to do it. But where else you can get, if you're into baseball, you can get a league pass to do if you're on your cable network or whatever. And on that, you can watch all the baseball games and all the teams you like. But that one, that costs a pretty penny, so I don't carry that. All right, our last baseball game of the week. San Diego Padres. They have 20 wins and 30 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the 21 wins and 27 losses, the LA Dodgers. This is a Friday night game at 10:35. Dodgers are finally starting to battle back a little bit. I think I'm going to go with Dodgers. Did you guys enjoy the soccer action last week? I hope you did, because we got more soccer action for you guys this week. Major League Soccer action, to be exact. Games I've chosen this week. We have Toronto FC. They have 3 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against FC Dallas. Dallas has 4 wins and 1 loss. This is a Friday night game at 8 o'clock. You can watch it on ESPN Plus. I've got to go with Dallas on this one. Next up, we have the Houston Dynamo. They have 4 wins and 3 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the New York City FC, who have 7 wins and 2 losses. This is also a Friday night game. You can watch it at 8:55 on ESPN Plus. I'm going to go with New York City for the win. I'm very unfamiliar with my soccer teams. I can honestly say I've not watched a ton of soccer, but we have covered them on Sports Frenzy in the past. So, next up, hopefully the view is still okay on here because we're starting to lose our sunlight a little bit here. Next up, we have the LA Galaxy. They have 3 wins and 6 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the San Jose Earthquake. San Jose Earthquake have 2 wins and 6 losses. This is a Friday night game as well. 11 p.m. And you can watch that on ESPN Plus. Well, being a fan, that Roger's a fan of LA, I'm going to give it to LA for the win. That's all I can say on that one. We'll give it to LA because of Roger and his LA roots. All right, our next game. We got this one. Here it is. The Seattle Sounders. They have 2 wins and 5 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Real Salt Lake, who has 4 wins and 5 losses. This is a Saturday game, 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus. I think I'm going to go with Real Salt Lake. Even though that name makes 0 sense to me. Your last soccer, just has nothing to do with hockey. Your last soccer game of the week, the Vancouver Whitecaps. They have 4 wins and 5 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the New England Revolution, who have 5 wins and 4 losses. This is a Saturday game, and you can watch it on ESPN Plus. I'm going to go with the New England Revolution for the win on that one. All right, your final game I put on here this week, guys. I was skeptical if this game was going to happen, but it does look like it's going to happen now. This is your conference final games. Game 6. As of the printing of the sheets, the games were tied at 2 apiece. It is no longer that case. Boston leads once again, 3-2. And this is your second 3 points. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. It's a huge game, too. Actually, these guys might be playing as of the recording of the show. So, we might have, hopefully, this game, okay, so this game is going to be up in the air, guys. Because Boston can wrap it up tonight. So it makes this game real tricky here. As your second 3-point bonus game, if there is no game, everybody gets an automatic 3 points this week. This makes this a huge game. So, bottom line is, stay tuned to tomorrow, and maybe your teachers can let you know if this game was played or not. Or I'll certainly let you know when I grade the sheets or check out or do the recap show. So this game is on here if needed. I'm not going to lie, I hope it's not needed. I want to see Boston advance, and I don't want to see Cleveland go anywhere. You guys know how I feel about the Cleveland Cavaliers and their superstar LeBron James, who thinks he's all that and more. So yes, this game is only going to be played if Boston doesn't win tonight. So going into this game, we have Boston leads the series 3-2 as of tonight, and their record is 55 wins, 27 losses. And Cavs have 50 wins and 32 losses. And, of course, you guys know who I'm going with. I've got the Boston Celtics. And I hope they wrap it up tonight. Stay tuned. You'll hear more tomorrow on that. All right, we've got NASCAR action for you guys. I've got no details on that. Let me get this pulled up and see. What we got for NASCAR this week. Alright, so okay, we got the Coca-Cola 600. Coca-Cola 600. It's a Sunday race. 6 p.m. Oh, wow. Okay, 6 p.m. race. It's at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And what else can I tell you about it? Excuse me. Let's look at the current standings for NASCAR for you guys. Those will help you out a little bit in determining where you're at. Okay. I'll give you the top 10. My guy, Kyle Busch, is number 1 at the moment, and that's who I'm going with again this week. Kyle Busch has 503 points. Joey Logano is currently in second place. He has 491 points. Kevin Harvick is in third place. He has 484 points. Brad Keselowski is in fourth place with 396 points. Kurt Busch is in fifth place with 393 points. Clint Bauer is in sixth place with 386 points. Denny Hamlin has 380 points and is in seventh place. In eighth place is Martin Truex Jr., who has 376 points. Ryan Blaney, who's in ninth place with 365 points. And Eric Almirola, sorry if I butchered your name, in 10th place with 342 points. Those are your top 10 NASCAR standings for the week. And as I told you before, I'm going with Kyle Busch on that one. Alright, that's it for that part of the show. We're going to jump into what's going on around Frenzy Nation. And you can check us out on the Sports Frenzy Facebook page, or you can also follow us at Sports Frenzy 1 on our Twitter feed, where you can follow our stories. Heading over to the Frenzy page to give you updates on what's going on as of Thursday night in the world of sports. Pistons are making some moves to rebuild the front office. The Pistons have hired Stefanski to rebuild the front office. And it looks like, let's see what the guy's name is. Okay, so here's a little more details on the story. The Detroit Pistons have hired Memphis Grizzlies Vice President of Players Personnel Ed Stravinsky to rebuild the team's front office in the wake of Van Gundy's dismissal. This came from a report from ESPN. He's going to start the search for their new coach. And Toronto Raptors bench boss Dwayne Casey has emerged as the top target for the Pistons right now. Stefanski is going to be offered an advisory role. It's going to be a 3-year deal. Says it's very similar to the one that Jerry West has taken up with the Los Angeles Clippers. What? Did you hear that, Roger Schoonover? Jerry West and Los Angeles Clippers in one breath? Oh, man. That's crazy. Do we have any Izzo fans out there? It appears the Orlando Magic are expressing interest in Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo for their head coaching position. We don't know if they've actually scheduled an interview yet, but he is the top man on their list, and that's who they want. Me and the professor, Jeff Plum, brother of mine, has had this discussion already a little bit. This would be a prime time for the tarnished reputation of Michigan State and for Tom Izzo to walk away from Michigan State unscathed by this and to take up another head coaching job in the NBA. Will he consider it? Stay tuned. We'll try to break the news to you as soon as we hear something. Nothing more at this time on that. It appears that WWE Xavier Woods is having a Twitter war with Kenny Omega of Ring of Honor. The two have been duking it out on their Twitter page. And it has to do with it appears they're fighting over video games. That's hilarious. You can find out more on that story by going to our Facebook page. It's an interesting read. Congratulations goes out to Adrian Baseball as they continue to rack up awards for this season that ended not too long ago. Just in this season, it's, in my opinion, too little too late. The NFL has decided to put their foot down about kneeling for the national anthem. They are not going to accept it this year. However, players do have the option to not come out of the locker room for the national anthem. So there you go. However, some owners are already saying that they will pay the fees for their players if there's fines and stuff like that, which I won't get started on politics on the show because it doesn't belong here. I just think it's ridiculous, in my opinion. Our employers set a standard of rules that should be followed, and then as a country and a nation, there are certain aspects of this country I feel are important, and that's one of them. And now I'll leave it at that for you guys. Looks like ESPN is inking a deal, an exclusive deal, with UFC Fighting. It's a 5-year deal that'll bring the mixed martial arts entire rights package to ESPN. So, yeah. Congratulations does go out to the Adrian College Club baseball team. They captured the NCBA Division III World Series title, so congratulations goes out to them. Monday night, the Detroit Red Wings signed goaltender Patrick Rybar to a 1-year entry-level contract. So he might start out in Grand Rapids, maybe. We shall see. The NHL has a new technology that they're thinking about adding, or they are adding. Let's see here. Getting ready to implement smart pucks with data tracking technology. Now, what would this mean? They're putting advanced technology into hockey pucks. It will allow the puck to be tracked on the ice at roughly 200 times a second. They're going to use the data collected by the tracking technology in different ways. So there you go. You can read more about that article on our Facebook page. Those fans looking for CM Punk to come back to WWE, don't hold your breath anytime soon. It says CM Punk reportedly not looking to settle his lawsuit with a WWE doctor who supposedly messed him up. Wishing a speedy recovery to Hunter Henry, who tore his ACL during the Chargers' OTAs. He could likely be out for the season. Hey, are you guys ready for the new XFL Football League? Well, you can, even though the league isn't starting not until 2020, you can start getting your XFL football gear now by going to the XFL football page. Aaron Rodgers of Green Bay fame has had some Mixed emotions about Des Bryant possibly coming to Green Bay. You can read more about that on our Facebook page as well. We got a new Cup team debuting at NASCAR. Let me click on here and find out about this. I haven't even read this article yet. Cup teams debut stirs debate on value of smaller part-time teams. The entry of the New York Racing for this weekend's Coca-Cola 600 has stirred talk about the value of smaller teams. New York Racing has entered in its first Cup race of the year. J.J. Yealy is the driver. The team is owned by John Cohan. And it appears he drives a Daytona 5. His last race was at Daytona 500. However, this means with this car coming in, somebody else or somebody will not qualify for the next race. Stay tuned. You can look up more on that on our Facebook page. It appears there's a big debate going on whether small teams like that should even be allowed to enter just one or few races. The Eagles have apparently released linebacker Michael Kendricks. New York Mets have announced they have signed Jose Bautista to a 1-year Major League contract. You can find out more about that deal on our Facebook page as well. There are changes coming to the NFL kickoff. Let's take a look at what that is. NFL owners voted Tuesday to adopt a revamped kickoff play for the 2018 season. The changes will make kickoffs more like punts and limit full-speed collisions. The adjustments were made in conjunction with special team coaches and members of the league's competition committee during a player safety summit at the league's headquarters on this month. Owners also approved the ejection standards to go along with the use of the helmet rule. Per the new rule, it is a foul if a player lowers his head to initiate and make contact with his helmet against an opponent. So a couple new changes coming to the NFL this year. The Cleveland Browns offered a deal to the Philadelphia Eagles for their backup quarterback Nick Foles, and the Eagles said no way. They turned it down. Lots of NFL news. The Jets have traded Christian Hackenberg to the Raiders. You can find out more about that on our page. Hey, are you interested in becoming a football player? Because if you are, or a coach or whatever, the XFL is hiring right now. Let's take a better look at this article. I've got my application all filled out. Okay, well, I guess it won't help me. They got applications in financing, marketing, project management, want to make a career play with the XFL, league or team roles. So looking for several different positions, none of what would be anything I'd want to do. I'd want to coach, most likely. Here's huge news. It appears that SmackDown will be moving to Fox Network. Fox Network has got the exclusive rights to SmackDown. There's also talk that SmackDown will go back to being live on Friday nights. So stay tuned for that news to develop. I was going to look up some who's playing in the hockey finals. We know the Las Vegas Knights are playing. Let's go to the NHL hockey playoffs. All right, Stanley Cup playoffs start Monday. It'll be the Capitals versus the Golden Knights. You can watch that game at 8 p.m. on NBC. So there you go. And I think that just about does it for this week's Sports Frenzy action for you guys. Remember, there will be no show next week due to an award ceremony we'll be at. And check out the video of me losing a bet and eating pickle ice cream. Ugh. That'll be right after this video, hopefully for you guys, if I send it out correctly. All right, everybody, have a great weekend, extra long weekend. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Let's not forget what that holiday weekend truly is all about, and share a few memories and think of those who gave their lives for us and continue to give their lives and continue to help us with our freedoms. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone, and I'll see everybody again real soon. Take care, everybody.